We're almost finished getting 100% in Balatro, everybody. We did Completionist Plus Plus. I did all of the, like, stupid little achievements, like, oh, yeah, get a full house. Get a flush with all 5 wild cards. Which actually really sucked. Because as soon as I started doing that, the game was like, by the way, we're not going to have that tarot card show up in the shops or anything for you at all. And secondly, you can only convert 1 card to a wild card per tarot card. So ultimately, it often ends up being like, hey, yeah, build exactly 5 of these and then fish for that hand. It was kind of dog shit, and like wild cards are really, really bad anyway, too. So it's like, oh boy, I'm so glad for this. I'm so glad for this to finally be over. But this game, overall, I don't know about that being true. I don't know if I will keep streaming this or just like casual runs afterwards, but we're getting pretty close to our completion here. I feel like this is not quite as fun of a watch for like just casual runs as a lot of other roguelike style games would be. Like, I feel at least that there's some entertainment value to be had from watching something like Vampire Survivors, even if it just ends up turning into autoplay almost. But yeah, so let's take a quick look at where things are going with our challenges here. And we can take a quick peek at these and see what we are not allowed to pick up during these, and some rules changes here. So this first one was just, hey, yeah, the only money you get is from these eggs, and you have to decide when you're done cooking them off. This one, oh, I don't remember this at all, actually. Straights and ride the bus. This just seems like an actual build. Ooh, yeah, start with $100. Ships cannot exceed the current amount of dollars you have. This feels like one that at least kind of intimidated me, so I don't remember if it was actually hard or not, but Oh, here's some fun. This is, so, okay, no, it does show it. It just doesn't have a visual indicator until you hover over it. Where you have the ceremonial dagger, and it's pinned on the left side of your list. So you're always going to have, anytime you buy something, something's going to get fed to it. And to be honest with you, I'm feeling like always having a ceremonial dagger on you is starting to sound like a position that I want to be in real life, too. You know, sometimes I'll just be out in public and I'll hear the voice of one of my gods whispering into my ear, telling me something about butchering a hog, and oh, I think I may have to stop that bit right now. That might get me in actual trouble. X-ray vision, 1 in 4 cards are drawn face down. There is nothing special here, but I haven't done this yet because it just sounds like shit. Mad World, I did this one earlier, so instead of earning money the regular way, you just get it by playing cards, and I drew oops all 6s on this one, which doubles the chance of business card procking, so this ended up being shockingly smooth. But also, that seems a little tight. Luxury tax, -1 card for every $5 you have. I don't remember what this is like, but I've done enough Vagabond runs that this is barely. You can see one of the problems is that a lot of these challenge runs soon become kind of uninspiring. Like, ooh, non-perishable, all jokers are eternal, ooh. As I sit here having done that multiple times with Madness. And oh, you can't face Verdant Leaf as a boss? Well, look at the jacking off motions I'm making. I don't... If you play it as a Madness run, you don't have to worry about that. I beat this without Madness, though, so, like, man. Medusa. Yeah, this one just shits stone cards into your deck every round. Okay, yeah, it's just the face cards that are pre-stoned. Double or nothing. All played cards become debuffed after scoring. This one sounds like it could be quite rough. This is just like all jokers all the time. Or I'm sure they want you to like cycle through your actual you know, rebuild new played cards or something, but this probably is just like build lots of good jonglers. I can probably get away with that. Typecast. When boss 4 is defeated, all jokers become eternal and set your joker slots to 0. So get a build fast. Easy, probably. I'll do that soon. Inflation. I don't want to Google Balatro inflation. That seems like it could produce some questionable results. Oh, we're not allowed to get the ones that make things cheaper. Thank you, game. Bram Poker. This is a fantastic pun because this is just you play with only the vampire. Also, it's funny that it says jokers no longer appear in the shop because you can still get Judgment and you can still get booster packs for jokers because, you know, I don't know why they didn't set it up like that, but Fragile. So this looks fine at first, and then you go read some of the rest of this, and it's like, oh, that sounds like it could be a little bit mean, and you look at the deck, oh, it's all glass. Interestingly, Glass Joker is not banned here, so I guess if you get that, then that's just kind of game over, yeah, for this. So, a word of advice? Monolith. Oh, this one is like, oh, you've been making fun of the obelisk for so long? Well, guess what, asshole? You have to actually use it. Well, we'll check that out later. For now, I'm going into Typecast and see how painful or not this will become. Yeah, see, that's good enough. Take this for a minute. We obviously don't want to keep it forever, but yeah, I'd rather have the riffraff over the square joker. Goes in the square hole. Wait. So this already has the prospect of being vaguely playable. Vaguely. You know, I'm not saying I would want to, but you could. Bull is going to become quite useful eventually because, well, we're going to very soon not be spending a whole lot of money. So, fair cause to get it now. I'll pick up the blank. I don't know that this is going to actually end up being a thing that will help us, but I'll try it out. I'm not sure that it can hurt, really. Although I'm sure now that I've said that, I'm about to find out. It is also a foil by default, so we get a little bit of free cash off of it. Or a little bit of free chips, rather. Whatever. We're gonna end up, like, really just rushing down these first two, and this is probably not going to even get a chance to pop another guy, so... Oh, never mind. There's another one of those for us. Excellent, it's a trance. That is a very useful card for us to have here. Oh, that was a pair. I think I didn't really do that the smartest, but oh well. What was I originally going to play last night? I don't remember, actually. Also, I somehow forgot to mention this on Tuesday. I think probably because I was too focused on being annoyed at the game for being too damn hard for me. So you said you saw the Minecraft movie on Tuesday. And I gotta ask, because it's been the thing that people have been discussing about it, how bad were the crowds? I can only assume, truthfully, that there's been... I was gonna say that it would vary quite heavily, I guess. Be probably what I was gonna say. Or maybe just like, oh, well, maybe there's some overstatement, but... I mean, like, sure, I'm sure that there's people who are acting quite obnoxious, but there's also this part of me that's like, are we sure it's not just people on the internet being the way people on the internet usually are about things for kids? Because the way people on the internet are about things for kids, ooh boy. It's, well, anybody who's ever used the internet will know that they're not always the politest about that sort of thing on a concept level. Sell that. Take a money tree. Because that is going to very soon become a quite important thing for us. Well, yeah, if they weren't bad, that's great, actually. I am glad. Shame about nothing for that wheel, but it could have ended up on 6 cents instead, so... That's probably for the better, actually. So, I think I'm going to want to take that instead, though, but... I want to at least put the other thing to use. Yeah, because that's another Joker that just builds itself up. This should probably just build itself over time. And yeah, here we go. Now we're in for it. Our Jokers are locked. Oh, it's 5 out of 0, so I suppose that if we were to get the, oh god, if we were to get antimatter, that's what it's called, then it wouldn't actually do anything. It would just be like 5 out of 1. That's right. I was thinking about it the whole wrong way. That's kind of funny, actually. I will say that. Like, that is a good bit. Take that. We set, and off we go. We should soon be getting to a point where it'd be ideal to put green Joker over on the left instead of that. But for now, it's fine to keep doing what we're doing. Take the overstock. I mean, it's probably not going to do a whole lot for us, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine, probably. There may be, like, Plutos or Fools or stuff that show up in the main part of the shop here. It can happen. Not often, but it can happen. Technically. Buy and use that. I am going to keep throwing money at those planet packs to gamble for the possibility of some more... some more Pluto cards, because we're going to need as many of those as the game will give us. Also, we're no longer dealing with the tooth. We can play as many cards per hand as we want to. As long as we just keep playing... keep playing the winning hand here. Oh, God. Oh, fuck you so much, game. I see that boss. Well, that's what having access to these is for. To hopefully make that a little bit easier. Well, if we're not going to get past the 7s, we may as well leave a pair there as an option for just in case we needed it. And it turns out we did not. So one of the things that makes these challenges quite easy is the fact that they are all white stake in terms of the number that you have to reach points-wise for any of them. So, not exactly a super high level of challenge there. We can beat these with pretty easy scores, and by this point, we've played this game so much that we're used to that sort of thing, so it's not even remotely intimidating anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's almost free, actually. With very few of the challenges even really getting anywhere hard enough for us to be like, oh yeah, we gotta deal with that. And yeah, I believe the final challenge is literally called Jokerless, and it's exactly what you think it is. But aside from that, you know, that's like one thing in a sea of 20. This did get a little bit tight here at the end, but that's because we had quite weak Jokers, actually, and we still got away with it. Also, yeah, you can take these to endless mode, which I think is kind of funny. I don't know why you would want to, but you can do it. Two hands per round, 2 discards per round. 4 Joker slots. Ooh. That is disgusting, actually. Let's give it a shot. This does feel slightly concerning, but maybe we'll be able to pull this off. Unfortunately, 2 and 2 is just like, oh, we're gonna be in for it, aren't we? Because, yeah, here's the game teasing us with, like, every single pair possible and not giving me a third of anything. Hermit to up our money a little bit, and go in here, look for... Wrathful Joker will do. That's something that gives us more score, at least, and that's kind of all I need at the moment, although I believe the boss is the goad, so I'm gonna have to, like, not use this thing pretty soon. Because it's not gonna be helpful. At least we still earn interest. I appreciate that much. Let's grab our extra of those, and yeah, we'll take the wasteful. Because we could use it at this point. Oh, could we use it at this point? Yeah, because that was the one that we managed to get any boost on. This is also, like, the fewest planet cards I think I've ever seen out of an instance of you have both of the planet card vouchers. Usually it is so much more than what we encountered here, but take this. I mean, straight flush is not a hand we're going to play, like, at all, but it gives us the boost on this, which is more important at the moment. Well, hey, look, there's another full house. And it activates that, which is fairly minor in the grand scheme, but okay. Delayed gratification, that's not gonna ever really be a thing, so meh. High card. That's a good one to upgrade as always. I would so prefer to have a better Joker than this, but well, let's go in here and then yeah, we'll boost that. I can take Mystic Summit. I guess I'll even keep the Wrathful Joker for now. But also, this game is really kind of a fucker for being like, hey, we're going to leave the arm in here as a boss in a case like this. Maybe because, like, oh, you'll get so many planet cards, it won't matter, and I don't really care. Like, this boss is still kind of just conceptually the one that's just the worst, in my opinion. Like, what kind of absolute sicko? I'm glad I went for that as not the last thing. Whoops. And yeah, it's the 2 hands, 2 discards thing that's probably going to make this the hardest, and already is. Especially, as I say, if the game doesn't feel like actually giving me very much in terms of anything to boost this, that's a bit of an issue. I'm slowly starting to make do, but that's very slow. This is not exactly the most ideal way of dealing with any of this, but we're not going to be able to take that double pack down there. Ah, yes, this is the kind of spread that I usually expect out of this game, to be honest with you. Like, oh, hey, you're playing for a particular suit? Not anymore, you're not. Thanks. I'm so glad. Why even try to set anything up, right? You know what? Just remember to do the thing first. That's right, and pick up that $1 extra off of that. Yay! 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 Oh, hey, more Jupiter. That always feels like the rarest planet card for some reason, so I am glad anytime I can get to pick up more of those. For, like, the simplest hand in the game to play. And of course, the developers are aware of that. I don't know that they're actually any rarer, but I suppose that if I was the sort who was going to set things up that way, I would. Yeah, I know, real helpful way of using my words, but come on, I have never been good at talking in the moment. It's a wonder sometimes I can even do any of the stuff that I do on mic. But talking in the moment, ugh. Yeah. That's not great. This stuff up. Possibly something in the spectral pack. Ooh, that's handy. Now we get to have it show up just in time for it to maybe be useful? Alright, come on. This does make me slightly nervous, but we managed to get there. I could absolutely use at least one somewhat stronger Joker than these, but the way this is going, the game isn't going to give me that. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Of course, and here's where we get ejected for just bad RNG. That's what I love to see. And that is sort of the... I guess that's the problem with any roguelike, really, but still. It's just kind of dispiriting on a certain level. Do we want to just keep going with that? Yeah, let's try it again. I was considering if I should do a different one or not. Yeah, I was gonna say, just go for the straight. It's pretty much assured, just as long as you actually have any semblance of luck. So, not at all pretty much assured. The hell am I talking about? Yeah, we'll take that. And we should be able to go for getting this in the two hands. It's going to be a little close, probably, but still. It'll be fine. This will get us an extra $1. Wow. Pick that up. That could prove to be useful, actually. Blade hand is a 2-pair. It's not anything that boosts 2 pairs. Oh well. That's not worth a lot, unfortunately. This could probably stand to be a little better, but I think we're okay, actually. Just, it looks a little scary. Yeah, we definitely have not really done much to put ourselves in positions that are not completely terrifying, but what else is new? Have this so we can start doing setup on this game, of course. Hey, I managed to probably get away with it, despite my greed. Yeah. So far, we're not paying for it too badly. This, the blade hand is a pair. Well, there's one right there. So let's take our $4 and proceed. Let's see if we can't find better cards to play our flush with. And we did eventually, so that's good. That's not really a thing that we want in this position because of how this works. No burglar, no go. And unless we also got green joker, which is not super likely. A bonus to the played hand straight. Oh, there we go. I don't know if this is an instant winner, but it looks decent. Yeah, and it gave us the $4, so that's perfectly fine. This is something to carry us for a while. This can probably go at some point to the moon. I don't need that for too much longer, I don't think. Just because we do have some semblance of an actual egg of nests built up here. That's $4 if played hand as a pair. Nice. We managed to live through that. I admit to some nerves about the prospect. But here we are. So this might now be abandonable if we find a halfway decent card in here, and we're kind of coming up short. On the other hand, that's pretty strong for a bit still, so we can take that for now. And yeah, that's strong enough to make that get right over the line. It's not what I was hoping for, but it'll do. Yeah, first hand is drawn face down. Just play the first 3 cards we see in there, and it had decent outcomes, so nice. Well, that's going to be useless this coming round. Thank you, game. I appreciate it on some level. I don't know what level that would be, but, well... Yeah, we just want to lean in here. Pay a bit to start cranking that up. Yeah, I think we can sell that now and take the green joker. Even though the green joker is coming in super duper late. It's still not without potency. And it's also kind of the thing that really helps high card combos come together, I find. Even cropping up this late if it does, but still, that's fine. Glass at random card. Okay, yeah, I was just curious because I wanted to know if Supernova would be a better choice if that were to show up. But that continues to be a big if. Big if true. No break. Oh well. That's fine. We probably don't want that to happen so much anyway, but still. Okay, so we're going to sell this, which is probably a little premature, and we're going to pick up the flash card. Because this is going to be very strong with this particular setup that's been foisted on us. It's going to grow to a pretty high number all on its own. That was slightly foolish, but maybe this will not save us at all. Well, I guess it was quite premature, wasn't it? Oh well. Oh, I'm in the wrong mode. That's why. Whoops. Yeah, you can't just quick reset the challenges from there, so that's quite unfortunate. Oh, this isn't the double or nothing challenge. Oops. That's fine. I mean, it's less fine than I'm acting like it is, because 1 in 4 odds for cards to be face down is absolute garbage. This is like, your cards don't matter. You have to lean on your jokers pretty significantly. To say, I feel like I'm gonna get punished for such behavior, but we will see. Take the telescope. Somehow I haven't played a single high card yet, so we're actually going to try to set things up such that that is a bit stronger of a hand here for us. I mean, it's going to take all of our energy here, but this means that we should just find that in a planet pack for sure. Which is good, because that will be a huge help to us. Pick that. Judgment. Oh, I should have... I fucked my order of operations up completely. Buy and hold that, and proceed. Wait, no, we gotta throw stuff out, right? And of course, this is when the game decides not to actually get me any of what I need here. And, oh, that's very funny, game. What a hilarious boss to see at a time like this. Is the one that does the same thing as what we're dealing with anyway. I keep being used to only having 2 discards. Because I've played so much Gold Stake that my brain is just kind of permanently fucked at this point. Do this. Y'all got any more of them things, game? The answer was no, but that happens sometimes. Skip. That, and... Hey, nice. Swashbuckler might finally be able to pull some weight around here. That's helpful. A little extra money. Wow, still no... Well, I guess we're also not looking at high-scoring anything right now. I really need a choker with, like, an actual multiplicative effect. If the game feels like getting one of those to me sometime this decade. Here? No. Skip on that, and... Yeah, because this Even Steven is kind of useless in particular on a build like this. Oh, yes, that is going to be quite helpful to have that over in the side pocket for us. Alright, show me another fool. Come on. Darn. I had reason to hope, though, I swear. For example, we're going to just sell that because +4 malt, I mean, that's as much as we get from the worst trigger on Raised Fist, right? That's just kind of free real estate for us in a case like this. Satellite gives us free money. Green Joker is coming up so late in proceedings. But I'll take it because I can probably play around that. Sell that, grab that. It's not ideal, but I will deal. Oh. Oh, what do you mean that joke wasn't very good? It's okay. Me telling a bad joke, what else is new? Just keep cranking these things up. Because admittedly, I've gotta hit a little hard with some of this because of the upcoming fact that the needle is the next boss here. Either that or I need just a thing that gives me more score overall. And no, here we go. We just gotta chuck a bunch of stuff into the hole real quick here. And hope for the best, but expect the worst. No, we got away with it. All right. Good times. Somehow it was worth sacrificing one mult off of my green joker. Usually I would expect that to be a massive hindrance. Yet here we are. Take the grabber. And look at this trash real quick. Get not a lot out of that, which is fine probably. Hey, that was actually a high card. Wow. Alright then. Ooh, banana. That's stronger than our strongest possible raised fist pull, so we'll take the banana. And I guess hope that if it does die, that we get it back very quickly. Yeah, we don't have to concern ourselves with the stuff on this side of our hand now, so we can just play those high cards the regular way and find nothing in the shop. Okay, that's fine. That works for me. Use that real quick. And play the fool. See, this is a case where I'll buy that and I'll hang on to it while waiting for a fairly specific set of circumstances to happen. And that was a pretty fair pull there. I was sure that that was going to be how that went, so... No, our banana! Damn it. Well, now I gotta find a replacement for the banana. Start off by doing that. Here. Oh, there's our raised fist again. That's moderately strong. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, we know that's a 4. And then we know that there's a queen and a steal in there, so... Oh, wait, yeah, we don't play that, because... Yeah. So that should be a 9, I think? I think that's a 9. Yeah, because I didn't remember what else we, What else we were doing there. You know what, just activate that and get our tiny boost for Constellation. Our Constellation prize, if you will. Oh. Whoops. Leans in really close to the mic. I meant to say that. Helpful of the game to leave the post-conversion card face down anyway. That's just fun. Oh, hey, there's a very late game rocket for us. Don't really need that. We'll take this, because burglar is very rarely a bad choice. Okay, yeah, the boss is really just up next. I didn't notice it first. None of these do what I want them to. Which is to at least do something. So that's cool. Well, that's alright, game. I'm not too tore up about that. I mean, it's points, but it's not that many points, you know? Burglar getting disabled is kind of best case scenario, though. That's perfect. That was significantly more worrying than I thought it would be, but no, we got away with it. We got away with it. Oh, why did I click... Why did I click the main menu button? I don't need to do that. So what's the new one we got? 5-card draw. Oh, that order upsets me already. 6 discards per round, 5 hand size, 7 joker slots. 4 hands per round. Okay. I see where you're going with this game, I think. And it's that we're playing high card. Which means, why am I discarding? There's like no reason for that. I guess I could have like fished for a one-shot hand for that, but I'm not that concerned about it, to be honest with you. I get mime, sell mime, grab mail and rebate for some early cash. Because we're probably going to need it the way that I expect myself to be doing this. There we go, Supernova. That is going to really make this for us. And Grabber is going to help as well. At least somewhat. Judgment, Green Joker. All right, so that's going to be quite good pretty soon. But first, we're going to burn down all of our discards. Just with absolute recklessness, trying to get as much money out of this mail-in rebate as we can. Because that thing is going straight in the trash in a second. And a second in this case meaning at the next shop. Yep. Quick dump, and buy that. And no way out but go forward, and they really are putting me up against the fucking needle here. They really said, hey, you got like the best possible draw you could here. Good luck, asshole. It'll all go okay if I am able to get something like that again, because that was pretty strong. Thanks to that stone card. Yeah, that stone card pulled like all the weight on that hand, so that's more than a little bit terrifying, and by terrifying I mean fuck you, game. Why do you have to do this? Buy this, and I guess hope for some sort of thing that gives me some kind of an out. Maybe. As the game proceeds to give me nothing of the sort. Sell. We'll take the blueprint. It's later going to become a bit of a saving grace, but for now, it's just that it's the best thing we have. Ooh, the fact that that worked kind of impresses me a little bit. I wasn't expecting that to do its thing that fast. Don't need that anymore. We'll take this, because we can do fun stuff with that. I don't really need to take any of these planet cards, because we're not playing anything but high card here. Unless the game makes me. In which case, I'll be quite sad, but, Let's boost those two, I guess. You'll notice also at this point that I have, like, given up on any sort of intelligent econ building. And as for why that is, well, I couldn't really tell you. Unfortunately, the Psychic is going to be a slightly irritating boss because, due to its nature, it can just disrupt our playstyle by sort of complete accident here. And that complete accident is us just drawing bad, basically. I mean, it worked out probably here, because this should still get me 800 points. It's no build-up, but it will have to do, I guess. I'm still kind of like, ew, they're giving me all the worst bosses. Which they are, objectively giving me the worst bosses I could play here, so That's hilarious, game. You know what you're doing. Main screen turn on. Wait. That's something else, sorry. God, one of these days I've actually got to play Zero Wing. I've heard that Zero Wing is actually a good game. I've mentioned this before, I'm sure, that like, oh yeah, supposedly Zero Wing is actually like a real video game. But all anybody knows it for is the memes. And I'm not saying I don't understand it, but also the older I get for some reason, the more I just kind of get like, man, jokes about bad translation are really not that funny, are they? Well, see, I know the joke here is just like, ha, Batman and the Joker, but I mean, it's not technically that hard to mod Balatro as far as I know. You could turn the entire set of Jokers in Balatro into Batman's Rogues Gallery, I guess is the term that's used a lot for all of the jackasses that he deals with. I'd say I'm surprised nobody's done it yet, but pretty much every time I look at Balatro mods, it's always just like deeply unhinged shit in terms of any of the, oh yeah, here's what we're doing. We're going to completely ruin the power level, basically, is what every single mod for this game that I've ever seen is. It's kind of hilarious, but also a little bit, like, over the top. Yeah, I'm pushing for more blue seals if the game feels like giving me those, but I see the answer there so far is get your own, which, I mean, how many Jokers are there? There are 150. Which, incidentally, also means you could probably make a Pokemon hack for this, but you know, don't let me show what a hack and a fraud I am. Wait. What do you mean you completely expected the terrible pun at this point? Oh yeah, you probably should expect a terrible pun at this point. That's my primary skill. Is making really awful jokes. Oh, that banana could fix us, but I also, do I really want to get rid of this? I like it too much. Yeah, so I'm just gonna deal with this. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the other part, is that there's probably enough versions of just the Joker by this point that that's like half of a perspective mod by itself. Ah, yes, I do love having only a 4-card max hand size here. Ooh. Yeah, there's no shortage of versions of... Oh god, I gotta sneeze. Pardon me. There's no shortage of versions of the Joker to be used for anything like that. Oh, that's a fun thing to get there. Wow. Speaking of fun things to get this entire hand. Hey, 3 blue seals. Which is great, because we got 3 consumable spots here. Yeah, this turned out to be shockingly easy. I think a lot of these challenges are just, like, kind of set up to look intimidating to new players more than anything. Yeah, see, there's that much stuff to do with it, so as a concept, it's not a bad idea. Also, I forgot to double certificate in this instance, but that's okay. The upcoming boss is looking prepped to try to erase our money, but I'm not really that concerned about that because we can re-raise that quite readily. Like, we have this thing and 6 discards, so I'm not that concerned about it. I will, however, just start picking up anything that looks vaguely useful out of the shop as we go. Let's see how high we can get this reroll cost. Because I'm sure that'll be a source of humor in and of itself. All the way up to $23. That's not as high as I thought it would be. Ah, I fucked it up again. Oh well. That's a good question. I don't know offhand. But it will probably happen one day. When I remember to, looks at the massive list of many things that I still haven't played. Or for that matter, many things that I haven't even finished playing on this channel before. Because I'm real bad at finishing video games. What's that? Not really worth bothering with Wasteful. Because it's not going to give me enough monetary return in the long run. Plus, we're at the very end, so, like, we don't need that shit. Also, allow me to reiterate that I love that this is a strategy in this game. Just, oh, yeah, just play high card. Thanks. I would never have thought to do this. Hey, fucked it up again. Awesome. Sell. Use. You just sell these. Well, I certainly have no idea because I don't know that much about the monster grouping in there. And I don't know what characters are available in any of the Tohomon games, or, well, the one offhand. Now I'm not sure if there are multiple or not. Whoops. Oh, hey, thanks a lot, game, for doing that. That would make me quite upset if this were actually going to be a serious run, but it is not. Let's just get what we came for, and once again, very, very easy challenge. Let's hear a sped up Jimbo voice because it's fun. And see, we already are back up to $91. It's not that hard, really, to recover off of that, thanks to the way this challenge is set up. Golden Needle. Discards each cost $1. Oh, buddy. As if it's not bad enough that this is literally just do this in a single hand every time. Fuck, man, that's... Ooh. Ugh. This we can probably deal with, though. We just have to, like, start setting things up to be ready to pivot later. And, of course, we also need to... do a little bit of math so that way we can actually one-hand this, but I think we're okay. The original Mario movie. So it wasn't specifically tied to, like, Sunshine? Well, I guess by Sunshine we get to see him, you know, doing Bowser stuff with his kid, right? Let's do this. It's fine. It kind of weakens how our obelisk setup is going to be a little bit, but it will do. Unfortunately, this pack gave us neither of what we were hoping for because game's a bit of a jerk, but oh well. Let's start slowly turning our crap cards into stone. Because that's where eventually we're going to end up, is just like playing only stone cards. Oh, neat. Yay. Yay, somebody remembered best character. I mean... It's fine, it's fine. I'm not upset about how this part of things is turning out. Because we want those high cards that where we can use them later. I mean, the other option is that I was gonna say that I start pivoting now, but that's not a good choice, actually. Because then later everything is just gonna be more difficult, because our deck will be so gunked with stone cards, and we just don't want to deal with that sort of issue at all. Take that. We'll do this. Because that won't affect our high card whatsoever. Seems like a pretty good pickup for part of the things that we're at right now. Excellent. See, this is going to carry us for a little bit here. Buy and hold that. Vampire for this build is also kind of a potentially fun option that will leave you with an absolute train wreck of a card pile at the end, but it would be quite strong. And once again, our guts are wrenched thoroughly by having to, you know, hinder what we can get out of the obelisk. This ought to get us out of here, though. And quite handily at that, yep. Don't click that until we get the actual payment. Yeah, so once we hit ante 5, it should be go time to start pivoting off of flush to basically just whatever the game will allow me to play. Start doing that because we're pretty close. It's gonna be a one shot. Yes, and not quite as barely as I thought it would be, so that's incredible by itself. Take that, and go in here. Anything useful? Sure. Boost 2 cards almost at random. And proceed. So now is when we are in a position where we are no longer concerning ourselves with this. In fact, I may very soon sell that if I can find something that is also good. That might be a bit of a big ask. Yeah, certainly not those. You know, that is a chip joker, so why not, right? May as well start trying to build one of those. That didn't work. Oh well. Again, because we're trying to be a little bit careful with this, because high card is not a thing that we're allowed a lot of right now. Before we end up hitting the, oh, you overstepped your numbers there a little bit, you fool, territory. And that isn't a great place to be. Sell Mystic Summit and pick up the baseball card. I feel pretty confident that that is a useful thing of resources. Yeah, see? Does good work. Decent work, at least. Buy that, just in case we can actually get an antimatter next ante. Wow, so just sit here like, I don't remember the word, and there it was. And that's why you couldn't remember the word, is because it sounded really clunky when you finally said it. Let's go for that. Not bad at all. Well, I have no idea how far along that is in terms of the versions, so... do you remember when you got it? Why is that 2.2 times? That's pretty good so far. You can do better than that, but so far, I mean, not bad. Fortunately, there's nothing in there of any real value for us. But there's the burglar who's, like, not allowed in half of these. Oh, so this one's just kind of... Can't do that at all. I see, game. I see what you're doing. You're being a pain in the butt. Just keep stoning out more of the deck because why not? Hey, wow, high card boost, finally. It is real. It is, in fact, a thing that exists. And I'm actually going to dump that for the foil hiker because that should ultimately do more for us, I think. Oh yeah, that seems like it was a proper boost. Yeah, because we're double triggering that, so it should be at this point. That 2 pair is going to be real good in the very small number of instances where we're allowed to actually put it to any sort of use. Helpful. I mean, it hasn't been getting, like, any food whatsoever, but helpful nonetheless. How many more of these are we allowed? Not many. That's fine. If we continue to just keep one-shotting basically everything, then this is hardly going to be any sort of real issue. Yeah, our number of pairs is fairly high up there too, but it's fine somehow. This actually just wins against the final boss, provided it's not... Well, it's Cerulean Bell. That's passable. That's probably the least annoying boss out of the entire game, to be honest with you. Final boss, anyway. What do you want? You want clubs. I was gonna say, if they show up, dude, I guess. But I want to hang on to that on the off chance that we can Three of a Kind this. I don't think we're gonna be able to, but... No, unfortunately, no such luck for us. But... that'll do. That should work. No reason to bother with that last discard because we can't get anything out of it. We just bail. Just get out of there. Kind of curious if we can even find a Stone Joker in here. I don't know if that's banned from this format or not. Unfortunately, we can't view challenge info from here, so we're a little bit shit out of luck on that one. Unless... oh no, we can do that. Never mind. Yeah, Stone Joker isn't banned from this, so if we could find that, we could see something funny in terms of numbers, but unfortunately, the game doesn't like the idea of us having a good time. Not surprised, but also maybe slightly disappointed. So as usual, baseball card completely carried our ass throughout the whole of that, practically, so nice. Number 19, Cruelty. I don't... Ooh, small and big blinds give no reward money. And that's our only restriction, though, so that's like slightly harder red stake, I guess. Alright then. Let's try double or nothing. Alright, so now I gotta think. If we have a better, like, weakest hand we can do here. So we would need a 2-pair that has 150 total on the left side, which is definitely not doable. We can't get plus 130 out of 4 cards. Not at the outset. 3 of a kind, we would need 70. That's also not doable because the highest we'd be able to get is 33 times 2 is 66. And that's not enough to get us out in 1. So basically, we're still looking for a straight or a flush. On the other hand, we can go for a weaker flush. So that's nice. We can look at the one that we drew that was kind of crap. And we can just do that. Of course, our goal from here on out is basically going to be to lean more on our jokers. Well, banana is always a good way to start then, so pick that up, take the 2-pair. We want to try to use as few of these cards as possible, but it's not going to always be possible. Like, for example, that 2-pair probably didn't need to be a 2-pair. We could have just 1-paired it and gone from there. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Well, I will if I do that. Take the Joker stencil. This allows us... Really, I feel like this allows us to even play a debuffed card and get a win. Not quite. But it tees us up to do another debuffed card and get a win. So, close enough. Okay, yeah. Minimize damage that we deal to ourselves. Just hang on to our banana as long as we can. Yes, yes, the jokes really do write themselves. As this becomes one of the strangest strategies that we possibly could deal with here. Of play the cards that are the least useful. What a strange world we've ended up in. That's definitely not the card I wanted to get boosted there. This is what you might politely call a sub-ideal opening hand, but we got away with it. Alright, I feel like we've built enough for now that I'm okay with just doing this. Give me the things that actually correspond to hands I want to play, game. Absolutely wrenching my entire guts here. And hey, we can skip for that negative, because then that won't weaken the Joker stencil. And that's another instance of me not having to go gambling with my banana. And we're teed up for that. Each discarded 5. Now remember that debuffed cards do not count when you discard, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I don't know if we've played 5s this entire round, really, so it could actually be not such a problem, but regardless, we got nothing out of that this time. Thanks a lot, game. And this is why we want more planet cards, because, yeah. Hey, I'll take that. That's a potentially very helpful boost. 3 of a kind. We might conceivably play that. Discarded king. Noted. Single pairs are probably going to be what we aim for a lot here. If anything. Oh, that wasn't a... It might have been a one-shot if I had gone for the 2-pair, but too late now. And rest in peace, our banana. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So I'm not sure if this will resurrect a card. It will. Alright, so we can have that in our back pocket at least. Of just towering a bunch of these. In order to make them potentially more usable later. But we want to save them for later because they are a little bit too potentially helpful for us. I mean, it's also quite worrying to sit here and be like, oh yeah, that by itself is not enough to get out. I'm probably going to have to find another Joker that I can actually use there and will give me an acceptable boost. That's probably not enough, but we'll take it for the time being. It's going to end up having to be enough. High Priestess... I mean, Uranus is okay. Earth is less useful, but still not completely without value, I suppose. This card's 7. Right, now that doesn't score, so it shouldn't get debuffed, right? Yeah. So we're good with that. keep cycling through these to try to find something stronger than this piece of shit. And it's gonna be tough. This might still be a playable set of things for now. I dislike this greatly. I suppose. Oh, that doesn't undebuff. Well, darn. Does Magician do it, or is it only stone cards that get their debuff removed? No, that works. Okay, so I think that probably makes this a lot easier than it looks if I just had remembered that that was how the mechanics play. That any sort of card enhancement will do that. It's just not the strength effect that does it. It discards 7s. Let's see. Alright, now damage as few of these cards as possible. That works. Sell that, because we can do better than that for sure with this. It just might take a time or two to really ramp up, but we can get there. I'm actually going to take that. I'm kind of tempted to pivot to 3+. Yeah, let's go for it. 3+ of a kind. Let's go. Let's fucking do it. We can make this happen. We've padded that out pretty nicely. Discard jacks. Oh yeah, of course our only jacks here are debuffed, aren't they? Like probably in the entire deck, if I had to guess. Yeah. So this is kind of why going to the 3 of a kind or higher is a risky play, because, well, Sometimes we're just looking at something that's rarer. Alright, come on, game. I know that there's... There we go. Just go with the three of a kind. That should be enough to get us over. No? Really? You're gonna make me sit over here and humiliate myself like this and dump 4 cards into our non-functional pile here. Frustrating, but we're also really deep in the hole right now, so we have to... We have to just continue to draw shit, I guess. That's always the way it goes. I'm very sad now because really as soon as I pivot away, the game is just like, by the way, we're not letting you draw that hand ever. How fucking rude, man. This is why you just never change strategies in this game if you can avoid it, because really, it just never, ever works out. Yeah, as you can see. We kind of got nothing there, so, like... Whoops. I went into a non-challenge run, because of course I did. Let's try something a little different, I guess. Let's go with inflation. This challenge should be, hopefully... Okay, yeah, so it's just money, just prices getting cranked up, not, oh, you can't get any interest or anything. So, yeah, some of these challenges are actually hard. What I was saying before about, oh, well, a lot of them seem to just be like to intimidate the newcomers, it doesn't bear out for all of them. Just quite a few of them. Grab that. Oh, that should keep us going for a little while. Especially if we draw an immediate 4 of a kind. I'll take that, alright. Hard sharp. That is pretty good, usually. Usually. In a case like this, I think it's gonna bear some sort of use for us. I think it's going to bear repeating. Wait. I mean, that's kind of in there, but not quite what I'm looking to say. Two pair, it's not bad, but realistically, I think we want something that's a little bit more single. Oh, well, that just one shot. Well, so much for trying to use the mail-in rebate to raise anything. Take a swashbuckler. I mean, at bare minimum, so there is something funny we can do with the swashbuckler, provided we actually get the money for it. Which is that we can just buy and sell things in order to artificially jack its price up. Its value, rather. I did not even think about that the first time through. I was just like, yeah, this'll be hilarious. And then I suddenly realized afterwards, like, oh yeah, it actually will be. Never mind. And I just kind of have to actually draw into the right things for it, you know? Game's doing as good of a job as usual, by the way, of just not feeding me anything for this in order to discard. I love it. And by that I mean, it's quite frustrating. Excuse me. All right, come on, show me one of those. Yeah. That... I think we basically recovered our money, didn't we? So that's pretty good. Those... What's our current build situation looking like? Eh, we can do this, I think. Probably. Yeah, so far. Discard queens. Get rolling. Yeah, that's kind of why I would prefer to be playing high card if possible, but that might not be very feasible right now. Yeah, I mean, they want to give me one of those. That'll do. As it shows up this deep into proceedings, but hey, who am I to say anything? Oh, is that voice even? All right, it's some weird noise that I make sometimes, and make sometimes anyway. We don't really need that too much, so... Yeah, sadly, we couldn't find another 6 until the very end there, so no free money out of that for us, but oh well. If we see another... Well... Alright, so this isn't the best of all possible uncommon jokers, but it does do something very important for us by being a source of multiplier at all. By virtue of proccing the baseball card. Sell that. Buy the burglar. This is looking like an actual lineup now. Not necessarily ideal, but it's doing its job. Now we're high carding with high cards. That got away from me. Curious about the... Like, very two paired there. Yeah, we can't use that, unfortunately. No repeat hand types this round. Fuck. That's going to cause a big problem for us. Because we're really not set up to play around that. We can do this, though. I mean, that's something. That's worth a fair chunk of points. Hey, it got us out, so that's good enough. Okay, as much as memeing with the Swashbuckler has been fun, we should pick up the flash card because reroll prices are not affected. And if we don't really need money that much for reasons of purchasing power because ours is kind of in the dumpster, but we still make a reasonable amount of money by virtue of the burglar, then this, I think, will ultimately pan out for us. It's just going to take a minute. Which is not necessarily the safest thing to be doing in this game, but I think we'll probably be able to pull this off. Maybe. Save that for now. Yeah, I gotta burn a lot of hands here. Unfortunately, we're also losing money for it because this boss sucks. Like most of them do, but still. Skip for the handy tag, and we're kind of in a rough place here, I think. This might not be a very easy thing for us to get out of. But we're gonna try anyway. Oh, we seem to be doing okay. At least so far. Oh, that would be helpful, but unfortunately I don't have space or anything to use it with, so... Eh. Yeah, see, we're starting to crank back up with this. It's not very fast or anything, but like I said, it was a bit of a gamble, but ultimately I think it will pay off in the end. Probably. Yeah, don't do that because no card sharp proc means it won't be as strong of a hand. Yeah, sadly that thing's not usable here. Boss of the round is Amber Acorn, so once again we're going to have to go into our protocol once we hit that point of slow the game down in order to make sure that we can tell where this thing is. Now spend down the tiny bit of cash we have. Oh, hi, funny card. It's just not funny enough for this purpose. Alright, so we know that the fourth one is Burglar, at least, so what we need to click is not that. What we need to rearrange, rather. Oh, this seems to have just worked out okay for us. Yeah, this went shockingly easily. Even though it is kind of a menacing looking challenge. Like, oh yeah, the prices are going to keep going up. You can manipulate that to your own ends, and also it's somehow not as bad as all that. But now, there it is, right at the very end, Jokerless. The last challenge is unlocked. Jokers no longer appear in the shop. And you have 0 Joker slots, so even if they were to appear somehow, you would need to make them negative somehow. Restrictions, yeah, look at the things that are not... You can't even open buffoon packs and fish. This, I want to give this a shot. I at least want to show this off on stream and be like, hey, this is what you have to deal with in order to get that last achievement. Asterisk, also probably not a thing that I'm going to end up getting on stream unless we get this tonight, which is highly unlikely. And especially when I'm drawing hands as shitty as this. Ugh. I need all the money the game is willing to give me. Because I am gonna need to open every single booster pack, basically, that shows up. Take that. And a plain pair is fairly easy to play, so we'll take that as well. You have a trance. That's very good. That's a superb addition to our anything here. And even better is when the game just draws it straight into the hand for me. That's great. Less great is the fact that we did not get the one shot off of that. How's our number of spades looking? Not great. Let's do this. There we go. Take the paintbrush. That's going to prove very useful here because of the fact that blue seals are extremely powerful for this sort of purpose. And we'd like all the help we can get with possibly being able to pick them up. Grab a Pluto, because we're probably going to end up having to play a lot of high card. Just to be like things to round stuff out. Like here, we'll do that to get a little push going. It's not much of one. And in fact, really, getting almost nothing out of those. I do worry if this will get us over the line, and that's why I was doing it, is because I wanted to try to push us into a position where it would be easier for us to get a win with the flush, so that way we could actually get the planet card off of it. Because, as you've probably guessed, this gets needless to say, a little bit harsher, scaling a little bit faster. And yeah, especially when the game feeds us this sort of setup. Because it's a two of clubs. Okay. A three of clubs. So that would not be it. It would be that, if anything. I think it's there, but I could be wrong. I was wrong. Damn. Oh well. I was really hopeful, but sometimes the game just tells you to go fuck yourself. And by sometimes, I mean with great regularity. Card. We'll gold that card. This hopefully gets us out. Yes, thank goodness. Now, flushes are probably not a good choice for this because of their poor natural scaling, but also, I mean, come on. How many options do we have that are playable and actually scale halfway decently? And the answer is no, is the answer there. The answer is we fucking don't. So we've got to take what we can get. And in a case like this, what we can get is going to be this. Oh, that's a straight flush. That's not what we want to play. That was completely unexpected, though. Like, ugh. Oh, I could have tried to set up for that blue seal. See if it would show up. Pallet. That seems like something that'll be quite helpful. Oh, yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen. The scaling there got too hard, but we're going to take another couple of cracks at Jokerless and see if we can't get anywhere near the end here. Boost those to make those a little bit more playable. That just doubles our money. That's not that strong. Not in these circumstances, it's not. Take that. That. And over we go to a setup like this, with the game being just kind of rude in terms of the first thing that it shows me. Yep, that sounds like this game, alright. Fine, use. Not really ideal. 4 of a kind is far too risky for us to even consider right now, so just chuck that out the window. That. Magician a couple of those cards, and off we go. I really wish those lucky cards would proc money more, but what do you expect, I suppose? Pick that up. Go into our jumbo pack here. Attach that. Take the Mercury. That's... This, I think, gets us out, hopefully. Not... Wow, not even close, actually. Ooh. Sheesh. Yeah, those card buffs from last time must have been really doing all the work. Yikes. Alright, come on, get me out. Yes. Thank goodness. I mean, I guess it's to be expected, but also, ugh. This mode is rough. It makes everything put you on the run. I mean, that's kind of cool on some level, but also, ugh. Yeesh. That's what I did to deserve this, but I mean, I probably know already. On some deeper level. Hey, no break. Good. I need more of that to happen. I probably just need the game to draw me more glass cards in general, too. That seems like it'd be pretty good. Alright, yeah, take the extra $3 out of that. Receive nothing. In fact, lose money on the deal, really. Ooh, oh boy. That's not filling me with a lot of hope here, but we got this set up, so as soon as we're able to draw into a... Oh, that'll get us out for sure. That might even be a one-shot even after reduction. Yeah, somehow. Amazing. Again, those glass cards are fucking strong. We'll take that and put that in our back pocket. Start removing like every other suit except for our main one here. This might still be a winner, or at least I'm certainly hoping. Yeah. It's just that the next time around, I'm probably going to need more of a boost than something like that. So I'd actually have to put that to use. Pick this up. Go to our Spectral Pack. And hey, look, none of our main suit here, so we can immolate safely. And then we can go in here, we can do this. Oh, I should have golded the other thing, huh? Oh well. I didn't think of it at the time. Not until right afterwards, anyway. That's... Alright, fine. Take the high card. Roll. That'll be good. That'll be helpful possibly too. Oh, damn it. All of our club cards are debuffed. That's deeply unfortunate. But that's okay. We can probably still get a fair chunk of points out of this. Only 2,000. That's significantly less of a fair chunk than I was hoping for. Bump those. Gets us a lot closer. Alright, now this we already know is still going to be a success, plus it will give us the planet card that we're trying to build more of. So, once again, play a card where play a hand where all 5 cards are debuffed. You know, for humorous effect, as it were. I think it's funny anyway. Pick that up. Going here. See how miserable the game wants me to be. The answer is an amount, all right. No one shot, but that's okay, because yeah, I just wanted to dredge for fewer glass cards. Just in case disaster were to strike. Because I knew I had it. I just... you know, I don't want to waste any of those in case that becomes a thing. Also, very funny to see this in the shop when it's actually unusable by me. Like, you couldn't ban that too? You absolute buffoons. This is, however, a very good run for Chariot to be just something that we absolutely use and abuse here, because yeah, those are quite powerful in this instance. And sure, let's just go for the one shot. No breaks. Wow. These glass cards are being very durable in this run. This is something else. I'm not sure what else it is, but it's something else, all right. Just go for this. This should be a winner, but oh, somehow not quite. Well, all right then. Oh, darn it, that was another club. That would have been a free no breaks flush. Oh well. I didn't know. I had no way of knowing for sure. It could have been a diamond. Go in here. Nice. With our current strategy, that's probably the best way that could have happened. And get one of those. That's very helpful. Yeah, just keep picking up all the Plutos, because those are always relevant. I never suddenly go, oh yeah, I am really upset to have all this high card ability here. No, that stays a thing that's strong the entire game. We are somehow maintaining our lack of glass cards breaking. I'm not sure how this keeps happening, folks. But it sure does. I mean, the suit conversion seems like a good idea, but also... what if we had more opportunities to get more planet cards? Because that's going to be far more important, is the ability for us to actually just grow our stuff more. Nice, we got the 20 there. Oh, one of our glass cards finally broke. It finally happened, everybody. Our perfect record is over. Which means that the floodgates are probably now open wide, but... we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Or something. As it were. Oh, I wish the game would have given me better than this, but... oh well. Wild that card, I guess. Gold card, that one? Sure. Alright. Next over. Alright, I need this to win. I need this to do 40,000. Not even close. Oh my god. We are fucked. That was... I gambled a little too hard on that one. I'm not afraid to say that that was absolutely my fault of being an absolute fucking bozo about this. And of course we lost something in the process, right? I heard that card snap. That hurts me a little bit. Alright, I'm curious. What do we have pairs of? Can we dig for a... I'm gonna go digging for a flush house here. Which is truly insane, but there's a possibility and there is not a possibility. But we can just do a regular full house. And I can be extremely disappointed in how that goes. So, yeah. No kidding, this is really hard, right? Like... who could imagine taking away one of the major cornerstones of the game? But this is by a wide margin. Like, these last three are easily the ones with teeth. The others are mostly just gimmicky horse shit, but this, ooh. I mean, I'm grateful, but also, ooh. That, and yeah, wisely I did not choose to join the club there, or... yeah. Off that. And that'll make sure that that's a secure win. I guess we can try to play this for full houses. Really want that. That's not useful to us. Not really useful to much of anyone, honestly. Unfortunately, here's where some of the problem with the full house run comes in, which is dog shit RNG. Well, we got out of that, so, I mean, who knows how long this will last, but still. At least we're sort of living so far. Yeah, two Mega Celestial packs. I would hope for better cards than this. Mostly, I kind of want more Plutos out of these, but Earth also is very strong for obvious reasons of, hey, that's turned into our main hand now. take that, and go up against the wall. Could really use the game letting me draw something helpful, and there is something helpful. So, we'll glass that jack, and that doesn't... God, that doesn't get us anywhere remotely near the muscle that we need to get over this thing. This is really, really rough. Just in case for some reason that weren't incredibly obvious by the fact that I'm struggling this much. Yeah, I keep going into the other deck here. Let's take one more shot at this. Again, I'm not sure that this is something that I'm going to get. This is notoriously extremely hard, as you would perhaps expect it to be. Considering, again, it's play the game without one of its core conceits and concepts available to you at all. But, like, just to emphasize even further, I suppose, that, yeah, this is something I'll be shocked if we get out of this tonight. And also, for that matter, just to further re-emphasize that I don't know that I'm going to be playing the rest of this out on stream. Just by virtue of, it would probably get even more boring, I think, than watching me fail at regular Balatro, as it will to watch me fail at the Jokerless challenge over and over. Because, hey, yeah, wow. 3 hours of something that has minimal variance, too. Like, at least the regular runs, there's some RNG and stuff involved. But this, a bit less so, to put it nicely. Take that. Buy that. Buy that. Booster. Double our money. Pick up the Hierophant for now. Sell the Devil. Buy the High Priestess. And go back into here. That's not likely to come up, but we'll use it anyway. And the regular pair, though, I mean, that's possible, at least if we run into the eye, because I might need it for that purpose. In order to be able to pass by that. That, and do this, and go. Oh, it broke immediately. Ah, classic. Pick that up. Here. Any goodies? There's a chunk of cash. I probably should be working on boosting my cards, but I'm sure that'll be a fine choice anyway. That's... lose one of... It was king. Okay. Here, 3 of a kind. I mean, that's something. It's enough to get us out, because, yeah, goodness knows, we're still so, like, spread out, because we've gotten just such a wide array of stuff. Ah, yes, I see the game is still just like, hey, do you want to be stuck with having to take multiple skips over and over? This could be quite helpful, though. Strong as our whole house is pretty good. Just gotta draw the rest of it, but... that seems like it would be a one-shot if we actually managed to get that in time for it to do the one-shot thing, but... you know, aside from that little detail, that little chestnut... there we go. Well, see, this should at least mitigate some of the pain, maybe. I'll have to buy and resell a Wheel of Fortune. That's always hilarious. That's a pack full of garbage. Thank you, game. I always enjoy that. Take a Eurectum. Grab reroll surplus. That's going to come in handy at some point. Okay, yeah, it's still only sell value of jokers. I was like, did that change at some point in the intervening however long? I can sell that for now and take the death instead and move on to the place I belong, West Virginia. Something, something. Fuck you, Todd Howard. Say, please no insta-shatter, but I'm glad I didn't say it, because I know what would have happened if I had, but it's neither here nor there. Open that. It's our, yeah, we only have the overstock in the other one, so that's fine. Start buffing like all of our cards, basically. Buy all the planets that we see, even the ones that aren't super useful. Like that one. Sure, I mean, at this point... not so much Mars. Mars is actually not going to be a thing, so... Yeah. Oh no, mouth is one hand type. Sorry, not the one I was thinking of. That's good, actually. Yeah, full deck. Star those, and... Hey, look at that useless temperance. Thank you, game. Don't know why that's not banned, but here we are. Fuck. Not happy about that. Yeah, why couldn't that one be one of the ones that insta-shattered, right? One that I sincerely do not need. Or one of them anyway. Game is really trying to make sure this is going to almost not go well, but no, we managed to get out of there. That's right, game. You tried and you failed. So... Suck it, nerd. Something. Sigil. Oh, gross. Alright, I want a second chance here. Come on, game. Oh, shoutouts to this. Yeah, thanks, game. That's really useful. Yeah, hearts are like our... Oh god, they somehow have ended up as our most numerous suit. That's... Thanks a lot, game. I'm real grateful for that. What's our numbers look like? Oh, wow. Those are actually our worst now. Well, rest and rip to diamonds. You don't need those too much, I guess. That. And away we go. I mean, we're also still kind of spread a little bit thin from a strategic perspective, but that's because the game is definitely just throwing whatever at us. It's not like we're trying to put ourselves in this position. That would be a very silly thing to do. Recharge. Look at our numbers here. So I guess this would probably be the option, wouldn't it? The play, the choice. Alright. Ah, boy. Ah, boy. I'm just so tired of all these Star Wars. Wait. These numbers are just awful. How did we end up in this position? Oh, right, because the game just didn't want to give me jack shit. Right. Ah, good, and then it ate one of my steel cards. Yeah, this one is about to end in failure entirely, unfortunately, but it's not for not trying or anything. It's just this game is kind of a jerk. Ah, darn. Oh well, again, it's not like we're getting out of here. If we do, I'll be shocked. Like, this possibly could get there, but... Oh, wow, okay. That's... highly irregular. As always, good pull with the Temperance cards that are useless in this challenge. Kind of an absolute sicko, like... Come on. I mean... Flush is still kind of the stronger hand. It's just that two pair is becoming a very good fallback. More than anything. Probably because it almost seems like it scales better, but more importantly, it just is much easier to play. That up. That up, because we need that. Ah, darn it. Although, if I get out of here, I'll be shocked. Which has just been a general sentiment this whole time. Just like, yeah, this keeps stumbling forward drunkenly somehow. It's gotta give eventually. Like, all I can say is just, wow, this really is exactly as hard as it seems to be. As it was intended to be, really, so... Wow, who could imagine, right? Oh, that's really not worth much. That's not great. Yeah, with the amount of steel cards that I use here, this boss is actually really, really, really bad for me, because I'll just end up keep having to throw them because of bad luck. Although somehow we're living through this. No, we're not. Never mind. How did I... That math seems wrong, but okay. That's alright. We went massively... Well, not even massively over. We went over a little bit. And we took quite a few tries at that, but we got a fair amount of the challenges done. Like, I think we got 5 of them done today, right? We had this one. No, we had that one earlier. There was another one we did in here, I think. No, there wasn't. We just tried double or nothing. Those... 1, 2, 3, 4... and 5. Yeah, we got 5 of them done. We unlocked the last few that we don't have yet. So that's not bad, all considered. So, yeah.